Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today we are going to be breaking down Chris Wilder's 3-5-2 tactic. If you guys do enjoy the tactics on this channel, then smash the like button below and do subscribe to the channel. Right, now, to kick things off right from the bat, I did have to look at some intense research here to actually replicate this tactic. Obviously, we all know Chris Wilder is mostly known for them overlap and centre-back. So today, we're going to take a little bit of a different approach, and we're going to go through the research I done in order to create this tactic, instead of watching the in-game 2D footage. If this is something you guys want to see in the future, then do let me know. This is just going to be done for this video, but if you guys enjoy it, then let me know, and I promise I'll do this instead. Because I want to make the videos as enjoyable as possible for you guys. So this is going to be the first picture then. So pretty much this is just a picture taken from a game where I'm going to leave the link below, by the way, to this tactical website, because it's got some really good information on. And with this, essentially, what it's showing is how they are playing out from the back. Although they did go long in some circumstances, as I'm pretty sure most English sides do in that sort of, lower league division, they did have a tendency and were very good at playing out from the back. As you can see here, you do have two of the centre-backs sort of shifting wider in order to create that sort of, not back three, but that line of three, where the goalkeeper can choose to go long, but also several options. He's got an option, obviously, to this centre-back, to this centre-back here, which would be... Obviously, I think that would be the left back, obviously. You then got the option to go to the left back or left wing back as well. Then makeshift right back comes in here. And obviously, that's a lot of players you can go to. And look at the space they've got as well. Absolutely acres of space. So definitely, not an issue for them at all. And also, he can go long with the ball. So when coming from playing out from the back, there was absolutely tons of options. And that is why they were so good at doing it. Another thing they done, which obviously we get to see here, a very good picture, is what they would do is with the nearest centre-back and wing-back and the number 8, they would all link up into these sort of areas to make the triangles. You know how much I love a triangle in football. So again, with that being said, obviously this could happen on the other side of the pitch as well. And it just shows you, well, you can see the arrows, but the amount of actual passing options that are available to the players are absolutely ridiculous. And they've done this to sort of build out of a deeper area to progress up the pitch. And as you can see, the arrows do the work for you, but it's quite easy to spot anyway. The fact that obviously they can start off playing with the defender, which is going to be the most deepest one we can see, can play it into the fullback, can play it into the midfield player, then can go out wide, and it's very easy to play out from the back. And to be honest, if done quickly, the other team can't even keep up with it. So very easy to do, and a very successful way of playing football and building football up the pitch. This here shows how important and how helpful it is having a centre-back overlap in them attacking areas for when the ball is lost and you are trying to win the ball back in the counter press. Obviously, you're going to have the right centre-back, as we can see here, really very close to this guy here with the ball. But we also get to see the other 4 players that are in their situations and in their in their positions, who are ready to sort of press and try and win the ball back. So having that one more player up the pitch from defence obviously is also very helpful, because it makes it harder for the other team to sort of play out, because you've got another man in the mix who typically wouldn't usually be there in other sort of styles. And in this, we get to see it, but with a different team, of how important, how good this actually can be with this sort of style, because we're seeing a Chelsea side here, which are putting a lot of pressure on Manchester City. And we're seeing, obviously, they play, the back three with the 2 fullbacks as well. And you are seeing, obviously, having the 3 centre-backs is very useful here, because even when you're sending this guy up, which is going to be the central centre-back, putting the most pressure on, trying to rush Manchester City with the passes, trying to force them into mistakes, if anything does go wrong, say they do manage to play their way out, you've still got the right back, the right centre-back, the left centre-back, and the left back all back there. So committing that extra man into winning the ball back isn't going to cost you at all. It's only going to help you. And the last one we're going to go over is just a very, very good way of showing you guys how they sort of do press, but more up the pitch. And this is exactly how it lines up. So as you know, they're going to have 2 very, very quite high pressing strikers that do put a lot of pressure on the back line of the opposition, but it doesn't stop there. Obviously, you can see by the well-presented arrows on this tactic sort of breakdown as well, you're going to have the 2 midfield players putting a lot of pressure onto their midfield players. So as soon as they get the ball, they're not going to have time to turn. They're going to get right into them, make a pass, and real just a load of trouble for these players. You're going to have the fullbacks push up and apply pressure. You can see that there on the far corner there. And also near where the referee is standing, you can see the left centre-back putting pressure there on one of their wide players. So it does make it very hard for teams to play out against this side. And like I said before in the last picture we just showed, even if they do get away from that sort of press and they do start to counter, you've still got 4 players, if not 3 players back to defend that. So it's never really going to cost you because you've always got people back, and it also lets you have another man in the press and you've got a very good chance of winning the ball back. So it's only right now that we do get into the tactic test results. Do let me know in the comments quickly though. Do you guys prefer to see a little bit before the start of the tactic of where we break down how it's meant to play and how we recreated the tactic? Or do you prefer seeing the actual 2D sort of in-game footage and highlights and things like that? Do let me know. But right now we're going to cover 3 tests that we've done. But before we do, please smash the like button below and do subscribe to the channel. So the first club is going to be Northampton. We are going to be testing with Northampton, Sheffield and Middlesbrough today. So 3 teams. Obviously you've got 1 that are in League 2 and the other 2 that obviously are slightly higher up in the English divisions. So we are sort of testing these with fairly weak teams, to be fair, compared to some of the other tests we've done on this channel. So this is definitely going to be a good, idea of how well this tactic actually does play. And as you can see here, absolutely fantastic in League 2. Northampton dominating the division, 110 points to second place is 82. You're going to have Josh Eppier coming in with 33 goals there, which is honestly incredible from him. Very disappointing in the cups, I will say, but purely for this tactic test in League 2, I just wanted to do my best to try and win it, and we definitely did that. Also scoring quite a high amount of goals here. 87 goals scored, only 25 conceded as well, showing how good we are defensively, as well as going forward and getting goals. Again, very good team stats there. In terms of the data hub for this one, we are going to have a little look. The team attacking side, 1.89 goals a game, fairly standard, pretty good, just under the 2 mark. Pass completion, very high as well, getting on for nearly 90%. Team defending, very good to see this. 0.54 goals conceded a game. Tackle win ratio sitting at around 78%. There are going to be a few fouls in this system as well. I am going to say it how it is. But overall, with this save here, very impressed with it. Obviously, you're getting on for nearly 1.9 goals a game, which is basically on the verge of 2. And you concede 0.5 goals every game. So overall, very happy with it. Obviously, it's always tough doing a test in League 2. But I feel like we've done very well and show how good this tactic is at defending, which is obviously the main reason for this tactic, but also the ability it does have in building up, playing out, and getting the goals you need to win games. We then go over and we tested with Sheffield United, and I'm pretty, to be fair, I'm very confident when I play with Sheffield United in the Championship, but we did manage to win the division by 6 points, which again is still a very impressive number. Only dropping with 3 losses as well, which is very impressive in, only one of them was, where we failed to score as well. A few draws coming in, very low scoring games there, but majority of the games have been won, and I'm super happy with this. We're going to have Brewster coming in with 43 goals. Tommy Doyle with 24 assists. FA Cup, unfortunately, we do get knocked out, but it is against Brighton and Hove Albion, who obviously are a very good side. Brewster getting the top goal scorer there alongside Tommy Doyle and James McAtee, and Tommy Doyle with 3 assists again. This is the big one. This is the big one. We are going to look on the home screen because I did actually forget who this was against, but we did manage to win the Carabao Cup, which is absolutely sensational with this side. Ryan Brewster with 9 goals, Jaden Bogle coming in with 4 assists as well. Absolutely thrilled with that. So it's a double winning season with Sheffield, obviously in the first season. And that cup final was against West Ham United. So not an easy final to play in either, by any means of the imagination. Scoring 121 goals and only conceding 25. So again, very good stats when it comes to the team. Very confident in the amount of goals that we're scoring. I'm very confident as well with the goals that we're conceding. Hardly any going in the back of the net. Data hub then, team attacking, beautiful to see. Obviously playing with a little bit of a better side here against better teams too, so it does sort of even it out. But 2.63 goals per game, what I'm loving to see. 89.76 pass completion, which is what you want to be seeing again. As I did say, they are known for playing their short pass and football. There is occasionally going to be the long ball over the top, as you probably would expect in sort of that sort of, you know, management type of style. A lot of these sort of old school English managers do play that sort of football, right? So you are going to see the occasional long ball being played over the top. Team defending, absolutely beautiful again. 0.54 again. You're looking at tackle win ratio 78%, and this is just, it screams success to me. 0.54 conceded, and you're looking at 2.63 scored. So I mean, very happy with that, and I'm hoping that we can replicate this in the next test, which is going to be with Middlesbrough. So the last save with his current club, Middlesbrough, we actually did get promoted, but it was through playoffs. We beat Nottingham Forest in the playoff final, which is a massive accomplishment, so very happy with that. I am going to show you the league table on the home screen, so don't worry about that either. We've got Marcus Fors coming in with 22 goals, Asaya Jones and Alex Mowat coming in with 12 assists. You got Marcus Fors again with top goal scorer in the FA Cup. Bit disappointing to be knocked out by Blackpool. The Carabao Cup, not as disappointing because it is against Chelsea. But the league table looked like this. So we did have a strong finish still, but unfortunately, we just couldn't get the automatics, but we did manage to get promotion through the playoffs. Again, slightly worse off here. Obviously, playing as a bit of a weaker side compared to what we were playing with. You're going to have 92 goals scored, which is still very impressive. Second best in the division for that. And 40 goals conceded, so a few more conceded there. But still very, very good and high up the table. And to be fair, it does sort of replicate where we did finish in the table. Obviously, you know, typically when you're first in the league, you are going to be the best at scoring and, you know, the best at defending. We were just a little bit off at there, but still managed to get the job done and make it to the Premier League. In terms of the data hub then, team attacking, under 2 goals this time, but still getting up there towards 2. 1.88 goals per game scored. 88% pass completion, nearly 89 in that scenario. Team defending, still under a goal a game, which is bang on what you want to be doing, especially in this division. It's no easy job to get promoted from the Championship, so under a goal a game is always nice to see. The tackle win ratio has taken a little bit of a knock, so, you know, don't know where that's come from. We changed literally nothing, but still a reasonably quite a high ratio, I would say. You know, it's above 75%. Yeah, you can, you know, play perfect football where you don't dive in, you don't do this, you don't do that, but that's not really how this plays. So to be fair, still very happy with how this has gone. And what I'm going to do now for you guys is we're actually going to go into the tactics screen, do a full breakdown, and go over the player roles. So this is going to be the tactic breakdown then. You want to go right into attacker mentality in possession, attack and width you want set to wide, pass into space, overlap left and right, focus play down the right and the left, play out of defence, obviously a big part in this. And the reason why you want to focus in instead of, or you want to focus in on the wide areas is because typically that is when most of the chances are created. Pass and directness is going to be set to shorter, higher tempo, run at defence, hit early crosses and mix crosses in the final third. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute to the centre backs and take short goal kicks. Out of possession, you want to have standard line of engagement, lower defensive line, prevent short goalkeeper distribution, and also trigger press on more often. Going over to the player roles then, you want to have a goalkeeper on the defensive duty, just simple shorter passing, because obviously you want him to be playing it typically to either going to be one of these centre backs here, or obviously it's going to be one of the fullbacks, or obviously one of the makeshift fullbacks. Going over to the centre backs, the left and right you want to be set onto wide centre backs. Obviously that is because they do drift out wide, especially when playing out from the back. You want them on the support duty, stay wider, balanced and shorter passing. It's going to be the same for this player over here, balanced, stay wider and shorter passing. And in the middle you do want a libero, because you want him to be the more confident defender. You want him to get up slightly, and obviously the other two defenders that are wide can also drift in and sort of cover him when needed to do so. So you do want a libero in the centre, and he does have to be in the centre of the back three. Moving over to the fullbacks, is going to be 2 complete wing backs on the attack duty here, because they do have a massive responsibility in providing the width, in getting forward and creating the chances. Balanced on the press, get further forward, stay wider, run wide with the ball, shorter passing and aim the cross at the centre. For the left back, it's going to be exactly the same. Balanced, get further forward, stay wider, run wide, shorter passing, aim the crosses at the centre. Moving over to the three in midfield, in my opinion, this is the best three that sort of replicated it and also worked the best in the game, because whenever you make a tactic, you obviously are trying to make it a pure one-for-one replica, but maybe sometimes it doesn't work as well, so you have to slightly tweak it just so you're able to use it inside of the game. But for me, when you're playing this, you do need to have a box-to-box, and typically in the Sheffield United side at the time, they did have one sort of, I forgot the players now, but you did have sort of one sort of midfield player that was typically deeper, and the other two did go up and sort of obviously help create the chances. So you're going to have one box-to-box on the support duty, which is on get further forward, balance, tackle harder, and shorter passing. On this side, again, the other player that is going to get up, and obviously the most attacking one of the three in the midfield, in my opinion, if you are playing like a five at the back, you do need to have sort of, or not five at the back, sorry, a three at the back. If you are playing a three at the back sort of style, with the fullbacks as well, and you haven't really got that attacking midfield player, you do need one, even if it's quite a centralized midfield area, you do need to have one that is attacking, and that is going to be this guy, Metzala, on the attack duty. Get further forward, stay wider, balance on the press, shorter passing, shoot more often, and dribble more. Shoot more often because in the Sheffield United side, one of their top goal scorers, if not the top at one point, I believe, was actually a midfield player that was going up and down the pitch. And then you want a deep line playmaker in the middle on the defend duty, purely to sweep up the balls and obviously play the balls over the top. Balance, trigger press, and shorter passing selected. Two pressing forwards, as we saw in that picture. Two strikers that do like to press the back line, press the goalkeeper, make him nervous, push him into mistakes, and win the ball back, and possibly even get a goal from it. Pressing forward on the right-hand side, you want a support duty. More often, move into channels, run from position, and hold up the ball with shorter passing. Left-hand side, exactly the same, but this time it is going to be on the attack duty. You want him on more often, shorter passing, run from position, take more risks, shoot more often, and dribble more. And that is going to be this tactic broken down, guys. If you guys do want to test the tactic out for yourself, you can simply click the download link in the description. This way, you don't have to click whatever I've just done click for click. Save you a little bit of time. I do appreciate anyone that does watch the entire video instead of just clicking the link and dipping. It does mean a lot when I say that. But no, that is going to be this broken down. This has taken a while to make, so obviously, if there are any flaws, I do apologise, but this is the best that I think I can personally make. I'm sure there's other people out there that can probably do a lot better job, but this done really well for me, so I would recommend that you do test this tactic out if you're a fan of a three at the back system. I personally did really enjoy using it, and I think I am going to use it in one of my personal saves as well. I am going to be releasing a variety of tactics out this week as well. You can see them all on the community page and you can see what's coming up. They are all viewer suggestions as well, so I am slowly working through them. But if you guys have enjoyed this video, please do leave a like on this video as well. It does mean a lot, it helps the video do very well. And please do subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. It's completely free, and this way you're never going to miss when I upload, live stream, or do a community post. But that is going to be it for me today, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.